1933. And so the comeback has been in business for 83 years. So that's quite a history right there. 2 family owners in 83 years.
And this is kind of a gathering spot around the community. This is where all the
locals come. This is where everybody comes. All the hometown people come here. And visitors and tourists.
What do they typically talk about? Sports, and I'm kind of here to talk to you about wrestling, and that's a big thing in town.
Sports
talk
is
about
a big
that.
Thing. OU, OSU wrestling, OAU, OSU football. Right now the wrestling is coming up. We're excited about our wrestling term, Perry wrestling team this year. We're expected to go and take the state champions again.
What do you think? Why does Perry have such strong ties with wrestling?
Perry is noted for the wrestling capital of the world, and we have had, for a small town, we have had more state champion teams than any other team in the U.S., and that's quite a standard you set. We have most all the coaches that we have at Perry have all come from Perry, have graduated from Perry. I think all of them but one, I think, have come from Perry. We have a good win-loss record, and just hometown folks, good people.
Do you ever have any of the team members come in here and eat?
Sure, the team comes in here. They've been in here already 2 times this year, and Scotty Chenoweth is the coach, and he usually pre-orders. The boys come in, and they're just really neat. They all dressed alike when they have their travel outfit on, and they come in, and we feed them in the afternoon before they wrestle at nighttime.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Perry, and you're at the comeback right now, and I have pictures all over my walls. And Perry's first Olympian was Jack Van Bibber. This is a picture of Jack Van Bibber when he was an Olympic champion. And these are all of his medals. And Jack has quite a history, a long story about when he went to school and graduated and went to the Olympics. You probably have never seen this picture that's never been exposed. This is Jack Van Bibber when he went, this is the Olympic team, and this is Will Rogers. Back in 1932, this was Perry's first Olympic champion. Okay? We have John Devine up here, who is the wrestling coach that made most of the records for Perry that started out. Our John Devine Hall, the wrestling hall now, is named after John Devine. These pictures here are wrestling pictures. This is John Devine. These are John Devine. This is Hunt Daniels. These are all wrestling pictures that are way back when, okay? This is a Dave Matthews that was a Perry graduate. He became the adjutant general in Oklahoma. He was a pretty important general. He was a wrestler and graduated, I don't have a date, 1938. He was the national champion back in those days. So Perry really has a record of national champions dating way back to the early days. I don't have the first date. Second Olympic champion, which was Danny Hodge. And this is him on the Sports Illustrated. Danny Hodge is the only wrestler ever to have been on the Sports Illustrated magazine. Okay, these are all pictures of Perry wrestlers dating way back to the early times. Then bringing you up to the current time, we have Hager over here. It is now a professional wrestler that you'll see on television at least once a week that's current right now. And he was a Perry graduate, and he went to OU as a wrestler. It was Henry S. Johnson, and he was the first governor from, I don't know what day he was, but his claim to fame was that Henry S. Johnson was the first governor that was impeached in Oklahoma. The guy next to him is, of course, we all know Henry Bellman, and Henry Bellman was a very good customer. He's a nice guy. He's deceased now, but he was a wonderful, him and Shirley were wonderful people from Perry. This, of course, is Ed Core. He's a Perry graduate. He was a U.S. ambassador. Ed Core is the one that organized the wrestling decade at OU this past year. He has a twin brother that's called Bert Core.
Okay. I'm going to take a pan. I'm going to pan around here.
This guy right here, this is Ed Malzahn. Ed Malzahn is the one that has a ditch witch. The Charles Machine Works out here. Okay, this is Ed.
Does he come in very often?
Yes, Ed was in here yesterday.
And I believe he was a wrestler too, wasn't he?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
He may have been, but I don't know about that.
Okay.
I can't say. Maybe I need to ask him that. Then I not only cover OU things, we also have a little bit of OSU paraphernalia. Okay, this right here is the first Pistol Pete, and this is a Perry guy that started the first Pistol Pete. This is the first Pistol Pete head that was real heavy. Okay, this is what the new head looks like now, and this is Charlie Lester that was one of the first Pistol Petes, and he was a Perry guy.
Okay. Talk a little bit about Perry and what makes Perry special with wrestling.
It's pretty much the tradition, it's going out there to wrestle and putting on maroon and knowing that when you go out there, something's expected of you. You're expected to do something great and perform to your best ability every time. You're supposed to go out there and be aggressive and get the takedown and run the guy off the cliff. Our shape's better than anyone.
As a wrestler here, do you feel a sense of responsibility to carry on that tradition?
Yeah, it's huge. Our whole community comes out here and watches us, and they have expectations of us, and we're trying to fulfill it and show them that it's still going.
What's it like to get that kind of support? I mean, that's unusual in wrestling. This is a football state in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What's it like to get that kind of support?
It's pretty great. I mean, to know is just see people from the community around town, always stopping and asking you ready? You ready for tomorrow night? You ready for state? You training hard, you're still working hard, and it's pretty cool. You feel like the whole community's behind you, everything you do.